Hi guys, welcome to another Enzo Explains. Today we're going to talk about qualifying and why it's important. We're in F1 2020 because qualifying is quite important in open wheeler series because it's more difficult to overtake and the races are shorter typically. So you need to do it quicker than in, for example, endurance races. We're at Australia with the black Mercedes that Lewis Hamilton has used for lots of pole positions this year. I'll talk to you about qualifying while we drive a little bit. One of the things you need to keep in mind for qualifying is that it's not all that different from a normal lap. You still need to hit your braking points, you need to open your DRS at the correct time, get on the throttle at the right times. And it's important not to push too hard, because and that plays into the next part, which is pressure. Obviously you want to do well in qualifying, but you shouldn't let the pressure get to you. So keep in mind that you shouldn't over drive the car during your qualifying lap. We're in the last sector now, so let's start our lap. Slowly on the throttle and then pushing out of it, opening the DRS as soon as possible. Coming up to turn 1 in Australia, and we brake really late. But we still try to be smooth because there's no reason to push too hard because it's only going to make you slower. And we open the DRS again. And late on the brakes again. There you go. A little bit too late for me, so I did overdrive it a little bit. One of the other things you need to keep in mind for qualifying is that the car will be light and it might feel completely different from your race setup. One of the things you can do for this is, of course, change your setup. In F1 2020, you can change the weight balance, for example. Sometimes you use a little bit more downforce during qualifying because you don't need low drag to overtake people. Then we're coming up to the fast chicane, which is one of my favorite corners on this track. There you go. It's a really fast, smooth chicane. On the DRS again. Into the final sector. And the last couple of corners, 50 board for the second to last. And slowly on the power again. And there we go, that's a lap of the Australia circuit. I hope you learned something about qualifying in this video. If you did, please give it a like. Or leave in the comments what you do to get the fastest possible lap. Thank you for watching and see you next time.